Have you ever wondered why margarine is so cheap? Well, hang tight, because we're about to go on a journey into the heart of this buttery mystery. Subscribe as we expose the evils of big food and big pharma, and what you can do to live a healthier life so they don't keep you sick. Margarine, the smooth, spreadable, and seemingly innocent alternative to butter, has nestled its way into our kitchens and onto our toast. It's everywhere. And it's no surprise why. It's affordable, it's versatile, and it's marketed as a healthier choice. But here's the problem: it's not as innocent as it seems. Now let's talk about what makes margarine so darn affordable. Unlike butter, which comes from one pure source, cream, margarine is a bit of a mixer. It's like that friend at a party who can't stick to one drink. Margarine is made by combining various cheap vegetable oils. We're talking soybean, canola, palm, you name it. And you know how we feel about those. This cocktail of oils is what gives margarine its cheaper price tag. In the grand scheme of things, using multiple, readily available oils rather than relying on a single, more expensive source makes a lot of economic sense. It's like choosing to buy a mix of cheaper, genetically modified fruits instead of investing in that single, exotic dragon fruit. But here's where it gets interesting. The affordability and popularity of margarine might make you think it's the bee's knees. But hold on to your butter knives, folks, because the truth is, this cheap and cheerful spread is more about profit than your health. It's a classic case of big food prioritizing the bottom line over the well-being of the consumers. So the next time you're spreading that golden layer of margarine onto your morning toast, remember you're not just spreading a mix of oils. You're also spreading a big, fat lie. A lie that's disguised as a healthy, affordable alternative, but is really just a profit-making scheme by big food. So, are you ready to uncover the truth behind the margarine mystery? Now let's dive deeper into the process of making margarine. The process of making margarine may surprise you. You see, margarine isn't just a simple blend of oils as some might assume. It's more of a science experiment, a concoction whipped up in the lab rather than a traditional churn. The journey of margarine begins with the selection of vegetable oils. These oils, such as soybean, corn, and sunflower, are cheap and plentiful, making them the perfect base for our not-so-buttery friend. Yet these oils are liquid at room temperature, and that doesn't exactly scream spreadable, does it? That's where the horrors of hydrogenation comes into play. In simple terms, hydrogenation is a chemical process that involves pumping hydrogen gas into the oil under high pressure. It's kind of like forcing the oil to hold its breath, and the result is a semi-solid fat. Voila, we've got the base for margarine. But wait, there's more. The margarine isn't quite ready for your breakfast toast yet. It still needs a few more tweaks. Enter emulsifiers, those little devils that mix water and oil together in a smooth blend. They're added into the mix to ensure that our margarine doesn't split into a puddle of oil and water. But what about that lovely yellow color that tricks us into thinking it's just like butter? Well, that's all thanks to a dash of colorings and bleaches. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and there you have it, a tub of margarine ready to grace your supermarket shelves. Yet it's important to remember that the hydrogenation process can lead to the creation of trans fats. These are the bad guys, the villains of the nutritional world. They're associated with increased cholesterol levels and a higher risk of heart disease. So, the next time you reach for that tub of margarine, remember the journey it's been on. It's not just a simple blend of oils, it's a carefully crafted product, designed to mimic the properties of butter but with a potential health cost. But how does this affect our health? Let's explore. Margarine, despite its popularity, has some hidden health implications. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of why this seemingly innocent spread may be doing you more harm than good. First off, margarine is notorious for its high content of trans fats. You might be wondering, what are trans fats? Well, in the realm of nutrition, trans fats are the villains. They're the result of an industrial process that adds hydrogen to vegetable oil, converting the oil into a solid at room temperature. This process, known as hydrogenation, is what gives margarine its butter-like consistency. But here's the catch. Trans fats are associated with a host of health problems, including heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Now let's talk about heart health. Studies have consistently shown that trans fats increase the level of low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, in your body. This is the bad cholesterol that can clog your arteries and lead to heart disease. At the same time, trans fats decrease the level of high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, which is the good cholesterol that helps remove LDL from your bloodstream. In short, margarine may be contributing to a cholesterol double whammy that puts your heart at risk. But that's not all. Some studies have also linked trans fats to inflammation, which is considered a key player in the development of chronic diseases like arthritis, obesity, and even certain types of cancer. Imagine that, all from a seemingly harmless tub of margarine. And let's not forget about diabetes. Yes, you heard it right. Regular consumption of trans fats can also increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This is because trans fats can impair the function of insulin, the hormone that regulates your blood sugar levels. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, your risk of developing diabetes skyrockets. Now, you might be thinking, but I use margarine that's labeled as trans fat free. Well, don't be fooled. In many countries, food manufacturers can label their products as trans fat free if they contain less than half a gram of trans fat per serving. But here's the kicker. They can also reduce the serving size on the label to meet this requirement. So you may be getting more trans fats than you think. Moreover, even if your margarine is genuinely trans fat free, it's still not off the hook. Many margarines contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids, which when consumed in excess, can contribute to inflammation and other health issues. So, you're trading one health risk for another. So, is margarine really the healthier option? Let's bust some myths. The truth is, while margarine may be lower in saturated fats than butter, its high content of trans fats and omega-6 fatty acids makes it far from a heart-healthy choice. So the next time you're shopping for a spread, remember, not all fats are created equal. And when it comes to margarine, what you don't know might just hurt you. We've been told margarine is a healthier alternative to butter, but is it? Let's break down this margarine myth that's been spread thinner than, well, margarine on toast. So we're often sold the idea that margarine is the golden child of spreads, the angelic alternative to butter's devilish delights. But here's the thing. The halo is a bit tarnished when you take a closer look. Margarine is often marketed as a cholesterol-free product, a supposedly healthier cousin to butter. But don't let that fool you. Cholesterol isn't inherently bad, it's an essential substance our bodies need. It's all about balance, folks. Now, let's delve into the nutritional content of these rival spreads. Butter, our old friend, is a natural product made from churned cream. It contains vitamins A, D, E, and K. It's also got a good amount of saturated fats, which, contrary to old beliefs, are not the enemy. On the other hand, margarine is that kid who tries too hard to fit in. It's a mix of vegetable oils, water, and a cocktail of additives. Yes, it's lower in saturated fats, but it's high in trans fats, the real villains in the dietary world. These artificial fats are linked to an increased risk of heart disease. Here's another kicker. Some margarine brands contain emulsifiers, colorants, and preservatives. These additives can cause inflammation and other health issues. Not exactly what you signed up for when you reached for that healthier spread, right? And let's not forget, margarine's low cost is due to its blend of cheap oils, not because it's a superior product. Butter may be more expensive, but it's a case of getting what you pay for. I'm not saying all types of butters are saints, but all natural organic butter is definitely not the demon it's made out to be. And margarine, well, it's not the angelic alternative it's marketed as. So, what's the bottom line on margarine? Well, it's a bit like that friend who always tells you what you want to hear, rather than what you need to know. It might seem like the healthier choice, but in reality, it's a masquerade of misleading marketing to keep us sick and away from the natural, sweet goodness of real butter. After all these facts, what's the verdict on margarine? Well, let's take a moment to gather our thoughts. We've journeyed through the labyrinth of margarine's history, learned about its concoction from various oils, and even debunked some of the marketing myths surrounding this butter substitute. Firstly, isn't it surprising how margarine, a blend of less expensive oils, has managed to masquerade as a healthier alternative to butter? It's a masterstroke of marketing, really. But here's the kicker. The health implications of margarine are far from the rosy picture painted by its promoters. We've seen how margarine, with its high levels of trans fats, can lead to increased risk of heart disease. It's like a Trojan horse, looking benign, even beneficial on the outside, but carrying harmful effects within. And let's not forget the process of hydrogenation that gives margarine its butter-like consistency, also introduces unhealthy elements into our diets. And what about the myth of margarine being better for your heart? Well, let's just say that it's a bit of a stretch. It's like claiming that jumping off a cliff is safer because you're wearing a parachute that may or may not open. But hey, we're not here to demonize margarine. The point is to encourage you to make informed choices about your diet. Just because something is cheaper doesn't mean it's better for you. So, the next time you're at the supermarket, remember to look beyond the price tag. Consider the health implications. Check the ingredients, ask questions, because your health is worth more than a few cents saved on a tub of margarine. Remember, it's not always about what's cheaper, it's about what's healthier. Stay educated, stay healthy, and until next time, keep questioning everything. After all, a spoonful of curiosity can help the medicine go down, or in this case, help you avoid the medicine altogether. That's a wrap on the margarine mystery. We've sliced through the buttery facts and the oily fictions, and what we've found might just make you reconsider that tub of margarine on your fridge shelf. We've seen how margarine, that inexpensive, omnipresent spread, is just a blend of various oils, masquerading as your beloved butter. We've debunked the myth that margarine is a healthier choice, and laid bare the profit-driven motives behind its popularity. Remember, it's not about demonizing margarine, but about understanding what goes into our bodies and making informed choices. So, let's embrace the natural organic butter, even if it costs a few extra cents. After all, can we really put a price on our health? Thank you for sticking with us on this buttery journey. If you found this video helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, discuss it, and let's get everyone in on this truth. The more we know, the healthier we can be. So spread the word, not the margarine. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.